Hello friends, I am Ravi Kiran Badigere from Anglo Acharya Let's Learn series. Today we are going to start learning about the types of nouns. In our previous video, we had talked about nouns, their definitions and their detailed explanations. Today we are going to study how they are classified or categorized. Now, nouns can be classified in two ways, based on their nature or qualities, or secondly based on their numbers, based on their countability. So first, the types of nouns based on their nature are as follows. There are 5 types of nouns generally accepted: proper nouns, common nouns, abstract nouns, material nouns, and finally collective nouns. Again friends, proper nouns, common nouns, abstract nouns, material nouns, and collective nouns. Let's go and see them one by one. What are proper nouns, sir? Proper nouns are those nouns or names, as I had said in the previous lecture. Proper nouns are those nouns which refer to one particular person. They do not refer to any vague thing, one particular person or place or animal or object or collection of things. They do not express vague ideas, particular or specific person. Examples are London. There's only one London in the world. So London, that's the capital city of the UK. So London. Then we have Rima, one particular female, Rima. Himalayas, specific mountain range. Nile, one specific river. There's only one Nile in the world. So Nile. Jupiter, one of the planets in our solar system. So Jupiter. These nouns refer to specific names and hence they are called proper nouns. On the other hand, common nouns do not refer to specific or particular names. They refer to names of common collections or common people. Like for example, crow. You can't say one particular crow. It doesn't refer to one particular crow. It refers to any crow. So crow, train, any train, book, any book in the world, key, millions of keys are there. So any key, river, right? You remember I had given you Nile. Nile refers to one specific river. Hence it was a proper noun. But when I say river, it is the name of a river. It is the word for a flowing body of water, but it does not specify which river. Hence, this is a common noun. The third type of nouns we have in our store is abstract nouns. Abstract nouns, as the name itself suggests, refers to only abstract ideas, things which cannot be seen or touched, but which do exist, feelings, qualities, habits, etc. For example, love. Love is a universal feeling. So love is an abstract noun. Discipline. Discipline is a quality. But can you see discipline or touch it? Does it exist? No. So discipline is an abstract noun. Honesty, a person's quality, a person's integrity. So that is also an abstract noun. Experience, after long years of work and learning, one gains experience. So this is also something that you can neither touch nor see, but you can feel it and you can use it. So experience is also an abstract noun. Last one is a universally unacceptable but unfortunately true quality of people. We are all lazy at times. So laziness, that is also a habit. That's a quality. So that's also an abstract noun. So here we have abstract noun. Going on further, we come to material nouns. Material nouns are also called concrete nouns in some parts of the world. Material nouns are also called concrete nouns. Mind you friends, material nouns or concrete nouns are exactly opposite to abstract nouns. Abstract nouns can neither be seen nor touched, but material nouns can be seen, can be touched. They refer to real things, existing things, and as the name itself suggests, material nouns refer to the materials things are made of. For example, glass, paper, wood, cotton. You can have a glass sheet, you can have paper envelope, you can have wood, which these are all materials, hence they are called material nouns. Likewise friends, the fifth type of noun is collective nouns. The name itself tells you collective nouns refer to a bunch of, a group of, or a collection of similar things. For example, a bunch of bananas. Bananas come in a bunch. So, bunch of bananas. A bouquet of flowers. Flowers usually are presented in a bouquet, beautifully arranged. So, a bouquet of flowers. Then we have a band. You can have a band of musicians. You can have a band of thieves, a gang of thieves, or whatever. Band. It's a collection for a group, collection of people. Herd. You can have a herd of elephants. You can have a herd of cows or sheep, etc., etc. Clump. A group of trees is called a clump. Please remember, all these nouns, all these words refer to a collection of similar things. These are names for words which refer to a collection of similar things. Hence, they are called collective nouns. A quick recap friends. The types of nouns according to their nature and qualities are proper nouns which refer to specific names of persons, places, animals, things, collections, feelings, etc. Common nouns could be anything, general, vague. Third, abstract nouns referring to qualities or feelings or habits. Material nouns referring to materials from which things are made of. And finally, collective nouns which refer to collection of things. Well, I believe you people have understood everything about types of nouns. Alright friends. Now friends, according to the second way of classifying nouns, nouns can be of two types, countables and uncountables. This classification is not based on their nature or qualities, it is based on their numbers. Types of nouns according to numbers are countables and uncountables. The names themselves tell you what they could be. Countable nouns or simply countables are those nouns which can be counted in numbers without units coming after them. I repeat, countables or countable nouns are those nouns which can be counted in numbers, can be expressed in a specific number without any units after them, like dozens can be accepted, but kilogram, distance, kilometer, liter, etc., etc., without units. Some examples of countables are people. People can be counted. Months can be counted. Buses. Letters, many letters. Incidents can be counted. There were 3 incidents in my life before I turned 14. Example. So incidents. Cases also can be counted. Right now, unfortunately, COVID cases are on the rise. Conditions, you have to satisfy 3 conditions before I agree. So conditions can also be counted, and etc. So such nouns, have you noticed friends, such nouns answer a simple question: how many? How many? On the other hand, uncountable nouns, as the name itself suggests, are those nouns which cannot be counted in numbers, but which can be expressed in some quantities, or measured in units, some kilograms, pounds, kilometers, meters, etc. These uncountable nouns express how much. They don't answer how many, they answer how much, a little, a lot, etc. etc. Look at these examples of uncountable nouns. Milk, you can have some milk, no milk, a lot of milk. Gas, fuel, there's no fuel in the car, so fuel is also an uncountable thing. Time cannot be counted, cannot be counted, but it can be measured, so time is also an uncountable noun. Distance, uncountable, you can measure it but can't count it. Joy, more joy, less joy, little joy, so joy cannot be counted and joy can neither be measured also, so they are uncountables. Effect, the effect of an event or consequence of something, etc. These nouns cannot be counted. So my friends, those nouns which can be counted in numbers without having to be expressed in units are called countable nouns or countables, and these are the examples. And those nouns which cannot be counted in numbers but which can be expressed in quantities or measured in units are called uncountables or uncountable nouns, and these are the examples. I suppose you have understood everything about countables and uncountables. If you have liked this video, please share it with your friends and family. Ask them to share it with their friends and family, and do subscribe to my channel, and please comment. Your comments are very valuable to me. They encourage me to improve upon the quality of my presentations. And finally, please don't forget to press that notification bell so that you are notified as soon as I come up with a new video. Until then friends, this is Ravi Kiran saying goodbye.